I'm Garrett.
And I'm Ashley.
And this is The Dead Spot.
Yep, we're back again, as I think Eminem says. Is that Eminem?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Guess who's back?
No. Yeah. I guess so. Ooh. Hear the fire alarm going off?
Alright, we're coming in hot with a new epi.
Okay. Well, first of all, because I always forget to mention it, but we only have Instagram and Twitter, because I'm not going to call it X, because it's still Twitter on my phone, because I don't update my apps. So, Twitter and Instagram, Dead Spot Pod, and our email is deadspotpod@gmail.com for any messages and feedbacks and whatever else you want to say to us or about us.
Do you have any news you want to talk about this week?
Well, I'm not sure if you know who Ian Watkins is from Lost Prophets.
Is he that guy who, did bad stuff with a baby?
Yeah, he did stuff. So, long story short, Ian Watkins was a vocalist of Lost Prophets, and back in 2013, he was sentenced to 29 years imprisonment after pleading guilty to 13 sex offenses, including 3 counts of sexual assault involving children under 13 and the attempted rape of a baby.
Ew.
So on August 5th, so what day is it? Yeah, whatever, a couple weeks ago, he's 46 years old now. He was taken hostage by 3 other inmates who brutally beat and stabbed the shit out of him. So, good for them.
You know, it kind of sounds like he deserves it.
It's too bad it almost took 10 years into his sentence, but, you know.
Maybe they just found out.
Well, maybe. I find that unlikely, but maybe. In a statement to the UK news outlet The Mirror, West Yorkshire Police have provided an update, saying West Yorkshire Police were notified by staff at HMP Wakefield of an assault on a prisoner on the afternoon of Saturday, the 5th of August. He was taken to hospital where his injuries are not understood to be life-threatening. So, that's too bad. Because he's an actual lower life form than a piece of shit. So, because he was conspiring to, rape a baby.
But, why?
I don't know.
You know what? I don't want to understand why someone would want to rape a baby.
It's another grooming type thing because he convinced the mother to do stuff, and I'm not sure if he actually did. Whatever, it's not important. But
yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
He got hostaged and stabbed.
Well, good.
But apparently he's going to recover.
Anything else? Oh, remember that woman we talked about last epi? The one who claimed she saw a child on the side of the road. Oh. Turns out she made the whole thing up.
Yeah.
She faked her own kidnapping.
Yeah.
You people have too much time on your hands.
Yeah, I guess so. But everyone's got to do something in this life, I guess. And some people are just shitty. But.
All right, well, let's get into it. Sure.
Yeah, I'd like to. I warn you again later, but. We're going to talk about murder once in a while, so I shouldn't have to give you a, listener discretion warning, but today is going to get pretty rough, but I'll let you know when the rough part's coming in case you want to dip out for a little bit, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
In case you want to press fast forward.
So, these events take place on Wednesday, February 23rd, 2022.
Oh, so a recent one.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Some notable news stories from that day include Aberly Spear, a Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer survivor who was certain she'd never be able to birth a child, did so on 2/22/22 at 2:22 a.m.
Wait a minute. 2/22/22?
At 2:22 a.m.
Do you know who else was born on 2/22/22?
Yes.
My niece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, HBD on 2/22. BTS announced Las Vegas stadium concerts.
BTS. My mom loves BTS, apparently.
I've heard.
I've never heard her listen to them, but she told me.
A lot of people do, I guess. Kyle Rittenhouse,
Oh, that guy.
He declared his intention to sue LeBron James for defamation in response to LeBron's quote tweet of a video from USA Today of Rittenhouse breaking down in tears in court, tweeting, "What tears? I didn't see one. Man, knock it off. That boy ate some lemon heads before walking into court, crying, laughing, crying, laughing, crying, laughing." I'm not sure what happened after that, but...
I'm sure nothing.
The United States and its allies impose sanctions on Russia as President Joe Biden condemns the invasion of Ukraine. And February 23rd is also Pink Shirt Day in Canada.
Oh, well, thank God we know that.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. Pink Shirt Day was created in 2007 and aims to raise awareness and funds for anti-bullying programs across Canada.
Oh, well, I mean, that sounds like a good cause.
Yeah. But on this very same day, at approximately 3 a.m. in snowy Green Bay, Wisconsin, shout out T-Pain Mansion in Wisconsin, Tara Pakanich was awoken by the slamming of her screen door. She looked around the house and ventured downstairs into the basement of her Stony Brook Lane home, which she shared with her 24-year-old son, Shad Thyrion.
Wait, his name was Shad?
Shad.
Not Chad.
Shad. S-H-A-D.
Okay.
Thyrion. To make quite a grim discovery. At the foot of the basement stairs sat a bucket covered by a towel. When Tara removed the towel to look inside, she was greeted by a decapitated human head. That human head belonged to her son, Shad.
Oh.
After making this discovery, Tara Pakanich and her boyfriend, Stephen Hendricks, understandably phoned the police and told detectives that she last saw her son 2 days prior, on February 21st, leaving their house with Taylor Schabusiness.
Taylor Schabusiness?
Schabusiness.
Like, is that her real last name?
We'll get there.
Okay, so I'll assume no.
So, police arrived to Taylor Schabusiness's apartment complex, and police body cam footage shows them approach her minivan through the snow-covered parking lot. Within the video, they can be seen looking inside of the van, wherein a crock-pot box is visible. Remember the crock-pot box for later.
I need to look up what this person looks like.
Yeah, well, she's got a very smashable face, especially after you hear what she has done. So, as the officers walk to the front of the vehicle, the officer wearing this body cam asks, "Is this blood? Does this look like blood to you?" As he points out drops of blood and a footprint with blood drips in it with his flashlight to the other officers. Suddenly, the lights on the van flash as if somebody locked or unlocked it remotely. Confused, one of the officers asks, "Who did that?" as they look around and see Taylor Schabusiness walk out of the front door of the complex. The officers approach Taylor Schabusiness, who's wearing black shoes, black pants, a black zip-up hoodie, and a black Chicago Bears hat, customized with her last name along the side. So, quick side note for anyone unfamiliar with sports rivalries, especially in the NFL, the Green Bay Packers, where this crime took place, and the Chicago Bears are division rivals and hate each other. Just wanted to throw that out there. But luckily for Bears fans, Aaron Rodgers moved on to play for the Jets this season. But as he famously yelled at a Bears fan after scoring a touchdown in the 2021 season, quote, "I own you all my fucking life. I own you. I still own you." So.
You know, I just can't get over how Aaron Rodgers looks 50.
Well.
And he's like 38.
Like I said, he doesn't have to play the Bears twice a year anymore, so.
No, he just has to play the Bills.
Yeah, so good luck.
R.I.P.
Anyway, as they're putting her arms behind her back to place her under arrest, they notice what appears to be blood on her hands, as well as on the black hoodie, and Taylor Schabusiness is taken into custody by Green Bay police. So, let's go a little bit back.
Okay, hold on. I looked up the picture of her.
Mm-hmm.
She does look like... Well, first of all, she looks crazy.
Well...
Like, she has that evil stare.
Oh, yeah. You should see her. Yeah.
And then I assume this guy is the one she decapitated.
Probably.
This guy?
Yeah. So, let's talk about him a little bit, since he is the victim in this situation. Shad Rock Thyrion. Sick name.
That is a cool name.
Shad Rock. Was born on September 7, 1997, in Green Bay, Wisconsin, to his parents Tara Pakanich and Michael Thyrion, and he had 3 siblings. Shad attended Bayport High School and then joined the workforce with his father and grandfather at their family businesses, which I was not able to find exactly what those businesses were, but he left school and went right to work. According to his obituary via the Green Bay Press-Gazette, Shad enjoyed camping, games, and spending time with his family. He was a very kind and passionate person who often thought of others before himself. A talented artist, he also enjoyed wood carving. Shad Thyrion had a tattoo on his left arm that read, "Family First," as well as a cross on his right arm. He was a fan of the Green Bay Packers and Milwaukee Bucks, and also enjoyed watching movies and TV shows, as most of us do these days, with a preference for comedy and horror because same.
I was going to say, it sounds like you.
Oh yeah, except for the Packers. Shad was a lover of animals and enjoyed feeding the birds and squirrels in the backyard of his home, and owned a cat named Luna.
Aw, Luna.
He had dreams of traveling the world, and his list of places to visit included Japan, Australia, Italy, and Egypt. Some sources claim that Thyrion and Taylor Schabusiness were in a relationship and had been dating for several months before his death. The sources claim that they had met through a mutual friend, had a lot in common, and that Shad was very happy with Taylor and wanted to start a family with her. But other sources contradict these claims and state that they were not in a proper relationship at all, but had been friends for several years.
But like friends with benefits or just friends?
Mostly with benefits.
Yeah, I figure that might be the case.
But
How old was he?
he was 24.
Dang. That's very young. And how old is she?
She was 25 at the time.
Oh, because the picture, she looks 40.
Well, you might understand why when we talk about her a little bit here. Now, who is Taylor Schabusiness? In case, if you're listening to this, you already saw the title, but just to clarify, it's S-C-H-A business. Schabusiness.
Okay, but can we talk about why that's that?
In a minute. She was born Taylor Denise Coronado on November 23rd, 1997, in Evanston, Wisconsin, but mostly grew up in Illinois, which would explain the Chicago Bears hat in enemy territory, before attending Preble High School in Green Bay and eventually graduated in 2016.
But isn't Wisconsin right next to Illinois?
It's to the north.
Yeah, but like close, right?
Yeah, that's why NFC North. Bears, Packers.
Okay, we're not going to do this football talk because I don't know NFC, AFC,
and then
West,
the Lions
East.
and the Vikes. But, so yeah, they're rivals.
Oh.
And then I heard from some other places that she didn't graduate, so I guess that one's up to you, but I saw that she graduated in 2016. Taylor Coronado adopted the Schabusiness last name in 2018 after her now husband Warren's last name.
Wait, so Warren's last name was Schabusiness?
You wait, hold on. The two married on February 14, 2020. Cute.
That is stupid.
But the thing is, while her husband also uses the name Warren Schabusiness on Facebook, his last name isn't even Schabusiness. It's Shabau, which is also kind of cool, but it's either probably Shabau or Shabo.
Yeah, but why do people do that?
B-O-W.
They'll just like put a fake... Well, I get why people would put a fake last name on Facebook, but like that...
Great segue, because a Facebook post by Schabusiness Taylor from December 2021 reads, "Attention, now taking in beadwork orders. Dream catchers, dog tags, logos, and more. Message me for what you want. We can do it. Winky face." And the attached images include a selfie with the caption, "Mrs. Schabusiness," and a couple samples of her work, including the Milwaukee Bucks and Green Bay Packers logos. So basically, Schabusiness was a play on Shabau to reflect her side hustle of making shit with beads.
So it's supposed to actually be like a business?
So like, I'm running this business. I'm the Schabusiness. You know what I mean?
I guess.
It doesn't have to be clever.
Okay, so you said she has a husband, then... So was she cheating on him with this guy? Or am I too far ahead?
I'll let you know.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was just kind of like a made-up name. Because, you know, she's on that hustle, she's on that grind, getting that bread and
getting
whatnot.
Getting that monies.
Getting that shamoney. But also, there are some comments left under this post that are still visible from as recently as a year ago after her arrest. So let's look at some of them. Some of the comments say, one of them is, "She bout to make hella commissary in that bitch," crying laughing emoji.
Hella commissary into jail.
In that bitch. Another comment says, "Is it too late to place an order?"
Aw, dang. I mean, probably. Do you think she takes online orders through jail? No.
I don't think so. "If you ever get access to Facebook in prison, ignore the comments, Taylor. This is nobody's Schabusiness." "You still taking orders?" And one comment reads, "I'll def be grabbing one from you," 3 hearty eyes emojis. To which Taylor actually replied with 3 hearts and bet. A reply to that original comment reads, "LMAO, please throw that shit away. It's cursed."
Yeah, I wouldn't want anything from this person. It probably is cursed.
But then again, people collect memorabilia and shit, and some people are saying they could turn around and probably sell it for a bunch of money now.
Yeah, like OJ's.
Well,
O.J. Simpson, in case you guys don't know.
yeah. Warren Schabusiness was incarcerated at the time of her arrest and has also made several posts in support of his wife Taylor, including one that ends with, "I love and I miss you so much, baby boo. Ride or die, till death do us shapart. Love always, Warren Schabusiness. Hashtag free Taylor Schabusiness."
Listen, you guys can't see my face, but I am shaking my head.
I'll say that one part one more time. "Till death do us shapart." Shapart?
Like, why? Why?
Shapart.
That's stupid.
That's
you sound stupid.
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 Anyway. Also, just for the record, Warren misspelled his own last name on Facebook.
Brother.
Instead of ending business with NESS, as literally everybody else does, it's spelled NEES. So, his last name on Facebook says Schabusiness. Taylor Schabusiness is the mother of a 2-year-old named Mateo who lives in Texas with his paternal grandparents.
Probably for the best.
Probably. So, Warren is, I think he might still currently be in jail, but he definitely was at the time of these happenings. So now back to the events of February 2022. So here's where I'll drop in the warning again. It gets pretty rough, so
if you want to skip ahead, I can't skip ahead, so.
Yeah. Or
don't skip ahead, just listen.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's all public knowledge by now, so if you've already heard about this before...
Except I have never heard about this.
That's why I'm so surprised and glad you haven't, so if you have heard about it, you'll have a good idea of what we're walking into here, but if not, come along.
Where did you first hear about this?
I don't know, Twitter probably, Reddit maybe. Because it was like, whoa. Because then, you know, the more shit that came out about
shit's gonna get crazy?
Oh, yeah. So,
alright, guys, this is your final warning.
Alright.
Here we go.
Alright, we're going. Alright, so as previously mentioned, there were conflicting reports of whether or not Schabusiness and Thyrion were in a relationship. Seeing as how she was married and had a child, the consensus is that the two had more of a friends with benefits type of arrangement and also engaged in drug use together. But Schabusiness claims she and Shad were dating for 2 years while in high school. So, because I guess they were either in the same class or like a year apart or something, but they were in the same high school at the same time.
So they used to date in high school, and then they graduated and stopped dating and just were benefiting?
Well, because she said, like, they always stayed friends, and like I just mentioned, they would just do drugs together after...
what kind of drugs?
After
Coke?
school and stuff like that.
Crack? Heroin? Meth?
On the evening of February 21, 2022, Taylor Schabusiness is hanging out at her friend Scott's apartment on Eastman Avenue with another friend that they call Black AJ. Because you see his name was AJ.
And he was black?
Yeah.
Jeez, they can't just call him AJ?
Well...
How many AJs do you know?
Apparently enough. I don't know. AJ texted Shad to come and hang out, to which he replied, "I don't have a ride." Fair point. At approximately 9:30 p.m., Schabusiness, with AJ in the passenger seat, took Scott's minivan, against his wishes, and picked up Thyrion from his mother's house to go back to hang out and partake in some drugs. After passing around some good old-fashioned reefer, Schabusiness and Thyrion both smoked some meth that they picked up on the way to the apartment. Taylor then began giving Shad a haircut, apparently.
So you smoke a little meth and give a couple haircuts?
I mean, we know she was working with beads and shit. Apparently she was giving haircuts, too. I don't know.
Like good haircuts? She's got a lot of side hustles going
She's
on.
also fucked up on meth at the time, so...
Probably not.
Probably not. So she gave him a haircut, and then AJ dipped.
Yeah, AJ was probably like, I gotta get out of here. They just smoked meth, and now she's giving him a haircut.
Yeah. Probably. Once AJ left, Thyrion and Schabusiness also injected trazodone, an antidepressant generally used to treat depression, anxiety, and difficulty sleeping, and it acts as a sedative. So it's a downer.
Is meth a downer or an upper?
I'm pretty sure that's an upper. It gets you hyper.
Does it? I feel like people take meth and then they're like collapsed on the ground.
I don't know.
They're like asleep in like a abandoned building. I mean, at least that's what they are on SVU.
In 2020, trazodone was the 21st most commonly prescribed medications in the U.S. at more than 26 million prescriptions. Trazodone is sold under several brand names and is generally taken in pill form, but can also be made into liquid form by a pharmacist, which is what I thought they must have did, but apparently they had it in pill form that she just crushed up and put into a syringe.
Like melted it down probably with like a spoon?
Maybe. Once they got their fill, Taylor fired up the Schabusiness van, and she and Shad went back to his mother's house around 2 a.m. on February 22nd. They were let in by his mom's boyfriend, Steve Hendricks, and they both went into the basement together to, fool around.
Do it.
Fool around. To describe the basement, you head down a few stairs, hence why it's called downstairs. To the left is the unfinished section with a washer, dryer, and storage and all that, as well as some storage shelves and even a shower. To the right is the main open area with a bed, a dresser, what they described as a pub table, so like a higher round type of table, and a mini Pac-Man arcade machine on that table. And the entire place is in disarray with various items and boxes all around. So it's just where you throw all your junk when you don't want to put it away, I guess, type thing. Mm-hmm. So when I say bed, I use that term loosely because it's 2 box springs and a mattress.
On the floor.
Well, yeah. So it's a box spring with a mattress on top of a box spring, so it's not on the floor. Okay. So it's nothing hotel quality, but, it's a place to lay your head. Once they got cozy on the bed, Schabusiness claims there was a dog collar type chain that she found on the dresser near the bed and began to play around with it while they were smoking the bitch, as she calls it, a.k.a. meth.
They were smoking more meth?
Yeah.
How much meth did they smoke?
All of it.
And also it is an upper. You're right.
Hell yeah. So, let's see. So, yeah, they were smoking the bitch, as she said in an interrogation video. And the guy's like, a what? And she's like, the bitch. He's like, is that meth? And she's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Shad took the dog choker chain from her and placed it around his neck while they were getting busy. Both heavily under the influence of drugs, and while she was, quote, riding him like a donkey as an act of foreplay.
Okay. What does that mean?
Well, to lead into this next part, she also said they didn't have actual intercourse this time, so their clothes were, still on mostly at this point. So she's kind of just, straddled and, kind of sitting on him, I guess. Like, they're not intercoursing.
No P&B.
No. So, kind of like that, I guess. So, that could set the
I mean, I've never heard someone say I'm going to ride this person like a donkey.
I don't know. She said it.
Well, she's also doing meth, so...
But, so she's kind of on top of him. And she allegedly blacked out for a moment. And when she came to, Shad was lying face down on the bed while she was choking him with the chain as he was struggling and fighting for her to stop. So at this point, she noticed that his face had turned purple and blood was coming out of his mouth. But she continued strangling him until she was certain that he was dead, which she said took about 3 to 5 minutes. After she thought, again, as she said in interrogation, she said, "Damn, he's going to be wheezing after this. I might as well just kill him." And she did exactly that.
You know what? I gotta go.
Schabusiness told detectives she enjoyed it before asking them if they, quote, ever loved something so much that you kill it.
I don't think that's normal. I don't think most people do that.
No.
Like, oh my God, I love you so much, I'm gonna kill you. What?
Nope. Yeah, I mean, because she's basically like, I'm in too far now, I might as well fucking finish. You know?
Well, according to her, she blacked out. She didn't know what she was doing.
And then she came to.
So I think someone's lying.
She came to, and then she realized, and then she's like, well, I guess I gotta fucking keep doing it now.
Yeah, that would be my first instinct. It would be, what the hell am I doing?
So, she also suggested that she didn't want him to die because he was her buddy, yet made no effort to alert his mother's boyfriend, or call 911.
Or just stop.
Yeah, that too. Because apparently they used shit like that before. Like, they were into that. She said he was into it, and apparently she also had a chain of her own that they would use, I guess. Stuff like that.
I mean, that kind of stuff is fine, but there's a reason why they have, like, safe words and stuff when you do things like that.
Yeah. But, so again, she strangles him to death with a dog choker chain, and instead of alerting anybody or calling for help, she cleaned him up a little before playing with him for 2 to 3 hours.
While he's dead?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So she's also into necrophilia.
Well, what she did was...
Oh God, you're going to tell me in detail?
She began to perform oral sex on his lifeless body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So necrophilia.
You heard that right. But if it means anything to you, she didn't have actual intercourse with his dead body.
It doesn't mean anything to me.
I'm just saying. So the two had apparently also enjoyed using other props and toys in the past, and at this point she grabs a dildo and inserts it into his mouth for who knows how long. And then she also inserted it into his anus.
I gotta go.
Just to clarify, he's been dead by now.
I'm gonna go.
So, I believe she said she was kind of doing this until, like, the sun came up, because it was, like, 2 or 3 a.m. or whatever. So then it started getting light out. She could see through the basement window, and then she waited until her mom and her boyfriend left. Shad's mom and boyfriend left the house. So then it was at this point where she decides she's going to have to dismember his body.
But, like, why is that your first instinct? Like, I gotta cut him up.
Because you never love something so much that you gotta kill it and cut it in pieces?
No, and I don't want to know what that's like. I don't ever want to feel that way.
No. So, she walks up the stairs into the kitchen to retrieve a couple knives from a butcher's block before returning back to the basement. Crime scene photos showed 4 missing knives from the block. So the first to go is Shad Thyrion's head. She pulled his body, lying on his back, to the edge of the bed, whereas his head was hanging off the side. She retrieved the black bucket that was previously mentioned and placed it on the floor underneath his head to catch the blood and eventually the head itself as she decapitated him. I mean, also...
I don't know how to respond.
That's fine. There's photos of the knives. Like, there's 2 tiny blade ones. And then the bigger one, which is like a bread knife. So it's like, I don't know. You're
going to use a bread knife to try to, like, cut someone up?
Well, because it was, like, serrated a little bit.
Why wouldn't you just use, like, a saw?
She was working with what she had, I guess. Because in the photo of that knife, there's still, like, blood and, as they describe, tissue on the bread knife.
Ew.
So that's probably the one she used the most. So once his head had been removed and fell into the bucket, She quickly moved the bucket away and swapped it with what she calls a blue Tupperware tub, which is like one of those giant plastic storage tubs where you have like 1 million of your books in the basement right now. Like one of those.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So she would use that to catch more blood that was draining out of his body. So now the blue tub is partially full of blood, and his body is still lying on the mattress. She then began removing his limbs and organs, which she placed into plastic bags, a pink and black Under Armour backpack, a dark blue Jimmy Choo bag, the blue tote, boxes, and the bucket. Schabusiness told detectives that she was, quote, sucking and cutting.
What does that mean?
I'm sure you can figure that out. Sucking and cutting.
Oh my god, this poor guy. Strangled to death and then defiled in death.
Yes. So she then took the bucket over to the basement shower and poured the blood down the drain, which was on the floor just outside of the shower. Crime scene photos show what appear to be blood and tissue along with hair on the cover of the drain.
Oh my god.
Once she felt she had completed her task, she went up the stairs and out through the side door, the sound of which awoke Shad's mother, Tara.
Wait, hold on. So she cuts his body into, like, all these pieces and then just, like, leaves it in the basement?
Yeah, so she went out through the side door, the sound of which awoke Shad's mother, Tara. And as she was searching throughout the house for the source of the noise, she also couldn't find her son. She was instead greeted by the black bucket covered by a towel at the foot of the stairs. So, then again, after that, to go back, after contacting police following the gruesome discovery, Taylor Schabusiness was taken into custody without incident.
So I assume she doesn't even feel bad.
Well, I already told you, she said she enjoyed it. She liked it.
I hate people.
Mm-hmm. I think it was also during one of her interrogation videos, she said, like, that his mom actually did come downstairs at one point.
While she was cutting up his body?
Cause she waited for the house to be empty before she did that, but I'm pretty sure he was dead at that point at least, during her playtime with him. She said something like his mom came down with one of the cats to, like, do laundry or something like that, and she just didn't notice and just went right back upstairs. And so then she continued doing whatever she was doing.
Nobody deserves for that to happen to them.
But that was from her interrogation video, so whether that's a lie or true, I'm not sure, but she mentioned it. So police body cam footage shows the moment they removed the towel covering the bucket to reveal Shad Thyrion's head during their search of the basement. The officer wearing the body cam can be heard saying, "Oh my fucking God," before calling over another officer who looks inside of the bucket. They stand in stunned silence staring at each other for a moment before the discovering officer asks, "That's real, right?" In addition to finding Shad's head inside of the black bucket, police also discovered that Thyrion's penis had been removed and placed into the very same bucket, along with 2 knives, a disposable razor head, and a Jolly Rancher. It was cherry, if you're wondering.
No, not cherry. That's one of the good ones.
Yeah, that's the good one. You gotta put, like, sour apple in that shit. Sour apple sucks.
Or grape.
Yeah, okay, so we got this giant ass bag of Jolly Ranchers, right? The fucking thing is full of sour apple and grape. I want to speak to the Jolly Rancher manager.
I want watermelon.
I want to speak to the Jolly manager.
The Jolly manager?
This is bullshit.
But
Anyway.
Also, could you imagine finding that? I would be scarred for life.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm sure they've seen some shit, but, like, how often do you see that?
On the 911 call, the dispatcher even asked, because I believe Stephen Hendricks, his mom's boyfriend, made the phone call, but the what do you call them? What the fuck are they called? It's not a dispatcher.
Like the 911 person?
Oh, the operator.
I thought it was a
operator.
I thought they were called dispatchers.
No. Because when his mom's boyfriend, Stephen Hendricks, made the phone call to 911, the operator even asked him if he was hallucinating.
Oh, so they thought he was on drugs? Because when does this happen?
Because he's like, I don't know what the fuck this is. And they're like, are you hallucinating? Like, this can't be real. So even the operator was not believing that this was really happening. Plus, I'm sure it's just a shock thing also, because you don't really expect to find a head in a bucket.
You're gonna leave a head in a bucket for his mom to find? Like, that's so fucked up.
Yep. Police searching the basement also found the plastic bags and cardboard boxes containing human organs. Inside of the big blue tote, they discovered Shad's torso that showed many cuts near where the head once was, along with one of his feet, several organs, and a carving knife. So that's all in the blue storage tote that she swapped out with the bucket to collect more blood. So, again, torso, foot, organs, and one of the knives. And remember the crock pot box that I mentioned?
Yes.
So when they were looking inside the minivan, there's a crock pot box, like right against the side door there in the back. They found one of his thighs in that very same box once they searched the van. During police interviews, Schabusiness told Green Bay detectives that she was planning on taking all of the body parts with her. She only brought out the crockpot box with one of the legs inside of it to the van before she, quote, got lazy, and told detectives that most of the body parts should be in the basement, and boasted that they'd have fun trying to find all of the organs.
Dude, that is so fucked up. She's fucked up.
Yeah. On February 14, 2023, Taylor Schabusiness made her first court appearance in Green Bay. Outfitted in an orange jumpsuit, she was accompanied by her defense attorney, Quinn Jolly. Speaking of Jolly Ranchers, her defense attorney's name was Quinn Jolly for her first appearance.
Quinn Jolly?
Yeah. Jolly submitted a request to Judge Thomas J. Walsh to push the trial back a couple weeks, which he approved. Jolly had suggested he needed more time for a defense expert to review the case and her mental state to determine whether or not she was competent to stand trial.
Please tell me she stands trial. Because it sounds like she might be a crazy person, but she definitely knew what she was doing.
Oh, yeah. As the judge read out his decision to push the trial date to May 15 instead of March 6, Taylor Schabusiness suddenly attacked Jolly and started throwing bows and her handcuffed wrists at him before a security guard quickly took her ass down. The two struggled on the floor until two more guards helped to hold her down until she relented.
Why is she trying to fight her attorney?
Because she was upset with him that the trial date got pushed back.
So she wanted to just immediately go on trial?
I have no idea, but apparently that's what set her off.
Wouldn't that be a good thing for her?
Yeah, you would think so. So she's just sitting right next to him, and then the judge is talking, and then she just stands up and starts throwing arms at him, and then gets her ass taken down.
What the? I'd be like, lady, I'm trying to help you, even though we all know you're insane.
And she lost her shoes in the process during the struggle. So, once she calmed down, she asked what happened. And one of the officers told her, "You went off on your attorney, Taylor. You went crazy on your attorney."
Wait, so is she like, if she says that, is she like suffering from like blackouts or some kind of like, or is she like pretending?
I'm not sure. I would say she's just putting on an act for that one, but...
Because remember when she said she was choking him, she was like blacked out?
Yeah, but there was also a lot of drugs at that point, so probably not during your first court appearance. You wouldn't be under the influence, but...
You don't think they can get drugs in jail?
Oh, I know they can, but...
We've watched 60 Days In.
I'm not sure if she did or not.
Well, I didn't know if they like ran some tests or something.
I didn't see anything about that. So, the guard said it in a very Midwest accent, which was...
Can you do it? Can you do the Midwest accent?
You went off on your attorney, Taylor. You went crazy on your attorney. Something like that.
I don't know what that was, but okay.
Once Quinn Jolly composed himself, he immediately put in a motion to withdraw, as you might expect, and suddenly Schabusiness had to find herself a new defense attorney.
Yeah, I get it.
Attorney. Yeah, she gets one. Taylor Schabusiness's charges included first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and third-degree sexual assault, to which she pleaded not guilty. On July 13, 2023, forensic psychologist Dr. Diane Litton testified that Schabusiness, quote, showed signs of an active psychotic disorder and was not competent to stand trial. But prior to jury selection on July 21st, court-ordered psychologist Dr. Matthew Seipel testified that she was competent to stand trial, which the judge agreed with, and jury selection continued before the trial officially began on July 24, 2023. So, a month ago.
So someone said, was that her psychologist said she wasn't?
A forensic psychologist. So, she's independent. She wasn't hired by her or anything. So she said she showed signs of a psychotic disorder.
That's why I'm wondering, because she kept saying she was having those blackouts.
But then a week later, the court-ordered psychologist said she was Gucci. She's ready to go. You know? Mm-hmm. So then the trial started on July 24. Judge Thomas J. Walsh explained to the jury that Schabusiness had entered 2 pleas, not guilty, and not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect. The judge also explained that the jurors were to only consider her guilt, not if she was suffering any mental defects. So yeah, they're just there to, they're not, basically don't speculate if she was having any mental disorders or anything, just focus on what she actually did, you know? Because then they determine whether or not they believe she basically was with it at the time or not.
So they determine if she's insane or not in, like, another part of the trial?
Yeah.
Like, separate from the crime.
Kind of. During the trial, some of the witnesses who were called up to testify in court included Shad's mother, Tara Pakanich, her boyfriend, Stephen Hendricks, Officer Alec Wanish, who discovered the head in the bucket on his body cam, Officer Ethan Blanke, who was with Officer Wanish in the basement, and even Taylor Schabusiness' father, Arturo Coronado. Arturo Coronado was led into the courtroom wearing an orange jumpsuit by 2 deputies while his hands and feet are shackled.
So her dad's in jail, her husband's in jail, and now she's about to go to jail.
Yeah. You know. Just family stuff. As he is currently serving a 12-year prison sentence after being found guilty of second-degree sexual assault of a child after he entered a no-contest plea.
Oh my God. Wow, what a great family we got going on here.
So while her father was seated at the witness stand, Taylor Schabusiness is shown smirking and trying to hide a smile as if she was excited to see him testifying on her behalf.
Yeah, she's probably like, oh my God, my dad's probably so proud of me right now.
But man...
Like, you know how most people are proud? Like, their parents are proud of them because they, like, you know, graduate college? This is probably, like, exactly how she feels.
Mm-hmm.
Which is sick.
Yeah. So, I mean, most of the other times, while in court and they're going over crime scenes and photos and stuff like that, she's just like... She looks like she's about to nod off to sleep. This and that. She made finger guns at the judge at one point. So, yeah, and then when her dad came out, she's just like... you know, like... Coronado explains that his wife, Taylor's mother, unexpectedly passed away in her sleep in May of 2009, and her brother AJ also died in 2022, both of which had understandably affected her mental health. Well, her mom died when she was 11, so her brother died in 22, so she was about 23 or 24 at the time of that. So, that'll fuck you up. I think it said he died in July.
And when did this crime take place?
February.
So, I mean, not that long.
No. He explains that Schabusiness had spent time in a psychiatric center and was on medication, but he always worried about her physical and mental health. Coronado also tears into her husband Warren, suggesting that it's because of him using meth and heroin that he eventually influenced her to get hooked on it, and called him a fucking loser, and he got my daughter involved in that shit.
I mean, it sounds like, obviously, he never thought his kid would do something like this.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, she had some trouble, whatever.
But, like, I thought the only thing that, like, made you go... Well, I mean, I don't know that much about drugs, obviously, but I thought the only thing that made you go crazy like that was, like, bath salts. Because, like, weren't people taking bath salts and then, like, killing people?
Yeah, there's the one story from Florida where the guy, like, ate a man's face.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like, if she was doing bath salts, I would be like, oh, okay, well...
Yeah, so that's why they're saying, like, you know... I mean, there was a lot of drugs involved, but I don't know. I don't think you can blame the drugs for this.
I thought it was just weed and crystal meth. I mean, I've never done crystal meth, so, like, I don't know what that does to you.
Me neither, but...
Besides make your teeth fall out?
It'll fuck you up big time, I guess. And, people will destroy their own lives to get more of it, so...
Yeah, people will literally become homeless to get crystal meth.
So it must be good.
Like, what's that bit from that comedian?
Chris Porter.
Yeah.
TM.
TM?
I don't want to make it sound like I'm ripping him off right now. It's Chris
Quote?
Porter? Yeah. To quote, I don't know the exact words.
To quote Chris Porter.
I don't know the exact words, but it's, because he's talking about getting old, and when he turns 80, he's going to try heroin. Because he says, heroin has to be a great drug. You know why? Because I smoke weed and I pay my bills. People do heroin and be like, fuck it, I don't need a house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go listen to Chris Porter.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like things like crystal meth and heroin and crack, like, these are all the things that make you just... They're so addictive.
Yeah. But, so, I mean... She knew what she was doing. I feel like
this just turned into, like, a DARE program. Like, kids, don't do drugs.
I mean, she said she knew what she was doing, like, when she realized, and she continued, so you can't really blame it on the drugs.
Well, no, I think she's obviously got some mental issues.
Yeah. As Coronado was led from the witness stand out of the courtroom, he passed by Taylor Schabusiness seated at the table with her attorney, and he looked at her and said, "I love you," to which she replied with, "I love you too." He then also threw in a "Go Bears," which she reciprocated with another "Go Bears."
Are you kidding? That's something you would do.
Oh,
if I was arrested, you'd be like, "All right, I love you, go Bills."
Yeah, and you'd be like, "Shut the fuck up."
And I'd be like, "Shut up, bitch. I'm on trial."
You dumb idiot. But go Bills, always. On the third day of the trial on July 26, 2023, the jury deliberated for 1 hour before agreeing that Schabusiness was guilty on all of the charges in the first phase of her trial. So they're holding her
mental health
responsible.
Trial.
They found her responsible.
But now they have to find out if she was mentally competent.
So the next day, on July 27th, during the second phase, also known as the responsibility phase, the jury deliberated again for just 1 hour before agreeing that Schabusiness wasn't suffering any mental defects that affected her ability to know the difference between what's right and wrong. So it's kind of what you were asking. So, like, first, they're like, yeah, she definitely did this. She's guilty of the murder, the mutilation of a corpse, and the sexual assault on his body. And then the second phase, they had to decide whether or not she was mentally capable and aware of what she was doing, which they said they agreed that she was. So she was also, not let off the hook for having any mental situations going on at the time. So she's full-ass guilty. Terrible, murdering person.
Yeah, she sounds pretty fucking terrible.
So then the last bit here, just as of this recording, in August of 2023, Taylor Schabusiness has not yet been sentenced, with her sentencing hearing scheduled for September 26.
Happy birthday, Garrett.
So I guess I'll be getting a good
Shout
birthday
out.
present. She'll probably be sent to jail for life, I would expect, probably with no parole.
She better get life without parole. Are you kidding me? She cut off a guy's head and his entire body and did horrible things to his body.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not
and
sure.
then was just like, there's all his organs. I was going to bring him to the van, but I just got lazy.
She got lazy. That's why she said she wanted to take all of it, especially the head. But I've never done it.
And then what was she going to do with it?
Who knows?
Bury it somewhere?
I don't know, but it's a lot of work cutting up a body, I'm sure. So I don't think she got lazy. She probably got tired. She also said she kept...
Or was she coming down off the drugs?
She also mentioned that she was going crazy while cutting him up.
What does that mean?
And she was, like, nodding in and out because of the drugs. So she kept nodding off, apparently, during the whole time. So that's why she waited until the adults upstairs were gone so she can do this without being interrupted or anybody seeing it. So that's the story of Taylor Schabusiness and Shad Thyrion.
I think we should address her by her real name.
Coronado.
Yeah.
I don't know. Schabusiness is fun to say.
Yeah, but it's stupid.
Well, now it is. Because she murdered a guy for no reason. So, that's all I got for that.
Okay, well, goddamn.
Yeah, so if you made it through all that, congratulations. We're done with that for now.
Well, I mean, are you going to give an update when she's sentenced?
Sure. It won't be until after September 26th. Because that's
Obviously.
when it is. So, yeah, we can mention it. I'm sure you might see it now. If you look into it, you Google it or whatever, I'm sure you'll be...
Yeah, definitely Google and see what she looks like and her husband.
Yeah. And you know, the thing I hate about, like... I'm looking into this stuff and I don't know how to say this. Like when I'm looking up stuff and you Google Shad Thyrion and all this stuff, and the one fucking picture that they keep using...
Oh, I saw it.
Man. If you or somebody else ever murders me, can you at least pick a nice picture?
Like the one where...
He's got like a fucking shocked face or
yeah.
some big wide eyes.
Mm-hmm. That's the one I saw too. Where he has like a no teeth smile and he's just...
Well, I mean, I do
big
that.
eyes.
I do that. But it's because it's like a goofy type selfie that he took in what looks like a bathroom mirror or something. So obviously it's supposed to be goofy or whatever, so he's making wide eyes, and I'm just like, why is this the one being posted everywhere?
I don't know.
But...
Yeah, Gary, if you ever murder, I'll make sure they use the nicest photo of you.
But, again, that's the story of Taylor Schabusiness, Coronado,
and then, like, her
Shad Thyrion.
I was just looking at a picture of her husband. He just, like, looks like he would do crystal meth.
Well, lucky for you, he did. That checks out. And heroin. And he's a fucking loser, and he got Taylor hooked on that shit. Go Bears.
Do you think she would have done that anyway?
Do what?
Eventually?
What, murder?
Oh, yeah, murder and crystal meth.
I mean, I feel like most people who do meth don't murder people because they just want more meth. You know?
Yeah, but I feel like she took it way too far where I feel like she would have killed someone eventually, whether she was doing drugs or not.
But something about her search history included something like sexy Jeffrey Dahmer. And she was like very into Jeffrey Dahmer and all that bullshit.
Oh, so she was already into like... You know how he like cut off that head and put it in his refrigerator?
Yeah.
So she was probably trying to like emulate Jeffrey Dahmer.
So at that point, maybe she would have done it.
I think she would have done it either way.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, I'm not searching sexy Jeffrey Dahmer. Ever.
No, probably not. Also, he wasn't. He was a fucking dork.
Garrett, what's a dork to you could be hot to someone else.
Yeah. Okay, this one's from Fox 11 News. Brown County District Attorney David Lassie arguing her interest in Jeffrey Dahmer is relevant to this case. She, I assume, is going to argue she didn't intend to do this, or is certainly going to argue in the second phase of the trial that she had some sort of mental illness that caused her to do this. The state's position is that she did this because she wanted to do this.
Which, that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. It's a testimony of a former Green Bay Police Department detective who told the court analysts found searches for Jeffrey Dahmer, cadaver, and Satan on Schabusiness' cell phone that led to the defense to ask for a mistrial.
A mistrial? Why?
I would argue on behalf of my client that if this information were to come in, she's going to get painted in the worst light possible with maybe the worst killer in human history. No shit. She fucking cut his head off and his dick off.
And mutilated the
and
rest of his
body. And shoved a dildo in his mouth and his buttocks after he was dead. Like, no shit.
She should be up there at the worst of the worst.
So, I mean, if she wanted the name recognition, she's getting it, especially with a name like a Schabusiness.
Seriously, she better be sentenced to life without parole.
Yeah, so we'll mention it.
If she's not, there's no justice.
We'll mention it on a future episode, I guess, so. But, again, that's all I have for Taylor Schabusiness and Shad Thyrion.
Alright, well, thanks for listening.
Yeah, so, one more time. We got Twitter, I'm not calling it X, and Instagram at DeadSpotPod, And the email is deadspotpod@gmail.com.
Give us a follow.
And hopefully we'll have you back for the next one. And we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.